Oh, so the NBA Players Association wants to look into the Kyrie Irving situation and making an appeal. Finally, yay! Okay, I was wondering where you guys were. What happened is public opinion. I looked at the comments from different articles that were out, and I looked on Instagram, and the comments were all negative, saying "Free Kyrie, this is ridiculous." All these stipulations were outrageous, and it was just, and they really went after the critics and the Shannon Sharps of the world. They all got it, saying you sold out. You talk about all this social justice, and you sold your own ball player. You sold your own brother out. And I saw him come out condemning the stipulations that the Nets have for Kyrie. And he did meet with the commissioner Kyrie. So that's good. Uh but it's ridiculous because they're saying you gotta apologize and condemn the movie. He did. $500,000 donation. I think he'll do it. Meeting with the ADL Jewish leaders. I said on my last show, I was cool with that. Here's where I got big time issues with sensitivity training and anti-Semitic training because of a tweet that doesn't lie. The scale of which you put all the stipulations you put do not match up with the stipulations you put on other people that have issues. Did you put you Draymond Green? You cannot come back to the Warriors, the owner of Gold, unless you have serious anger management issues. Now, okay, Golden State did what they did and let him come back. All right. At the time, I was like, okay, but now looking at what's going on with Kyrie, I looked at what happened with Draymond. What if Jordan Poole's jaw got broken and there was permanent damage? He would be out for, say, 6 months. What would, I mean, it's a punch. So you never know what the reaction and how that's going to affect the other guy. Fortunately, it didn't affect him. He's playing good and all that. But what if it went the other way? And what if Draymond Green is injured for that? What happens then? Do the NBA suspend Draymond, which they probably would for probably a 15 games? So because the punch didn't hurt Draymond Green like it could have, you don't suspend him. But then Kyrie ever makes a tweet for this movie and he wants to suspend him indefinitely, and everybody just came down crazy. But with Draymond, they said, it's part of the game. But if Jordan Poole would have got his jaw broken, they'd be like, well, maybe that's a little too far. But with this tweet, they went bonkers. And now I don't agree with the personally with the movie and all that. And I was listening to different shows. I don't even want to watch it. But I watched the different shows and they were talking about it. And even Kyrie said there are different things in the movie I didn't agree with. He even said that. What else do you want from him? Now, they want him to really go out and fall on his face. But Kyrie, you can't take away how he feels about where his ancestors come from. That's his opinion, and that's what he is on a journey to study. I'm on a journey to study where my ancestors are. Some in the Irish world, a lot in the Black world, a lot in the African world. Then my mom is American Indian. But I always say content of character. But the sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, that's pushing it. Now you're just saying, I don't want you, and I know you're not going to agree with this. So we met with the commissioner, and because of the pressure, and now that the Players Association and Jaylen Brown, kudos to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown spoke for Kyrie, and he said, listen, because he was his teammate, listen, this is ridiculous. And I think the pressure that's applied, now the pundits are saying, okay, maybe this is a little bit much. Now the guys who sold Kyrie out are saying, this might be a little too much. Even the people that were on the side of the Nets and the NBA who sold Kyrie out are now condemning it because now the public pressure, the criticism that they got, and they don't want to take that because they like to be in their space where they're for the player and all that. But the problem is the owner of the Suns didn't go through sensitivity training and donation to different causes, women's causes and different type of causes. He didn't have to meet with the women, the leaders of the different movements, and he didn't have to do all that. I understand power is different, but still, he's why was there not a demand of a removal of that? That's aside. I expressed my opinion about Kyrie, and now that I just believe the public opinion is going to make the Nets have to kind of remove some of these idiotic stipulations. I just know, just meeting Kyrie and then listening to him, I just think he would have probably met with the Jewish leaders on his own because that's just who he is. He wants to have that dialogue. He's the type of guy that'll go different areas. He'll go in different neighborhoods and help people who are impoverished. I've looked at the different things. If I am blessed to have an interview with him, we could talk about black on black crime. He can say, yeah, that's a problem. That's taboo on regular TV, by the way. But he's willing to leave the cookie cutter Disney Channel civil rights narrative and really talk about different things that affect the communities. And that's what I do respect about him. There's things I don't agree with him, but he's seeking. But that aside, now, what's the real problem? I haven't heard any comments. Now, the Nets and it might have been the NBA, but the Nets are saying, listen, we're demanding that Amazon take this down. Now, I know Amazon's in bed with the NBA, but you actually think the NBA said, listen, they might pull a Daniel Snyder where they pressure Daniel Snyder, take away the name of the Redskins, which was ridiculous, where they say, listen, Amazon, if you don't take this movie down, which is now top selling now because of the nonsense that you put all the attention to it, people are probably curious. So, listen, Amazon, I don't care if it is a bestseller. You're taking it down. Would the NBA do that and say, listen, Jeff Bezos, you're taking this down, or we're taking our business away from you. And we're going to pressure the NFL to take the NFL off Amazon Prime unless you remove this movie. Will that happen? I'm going to keep pushing that. I know Jay Williams. Shout out to Jay Williams for saying what he says on his separate account. I don't know if it's Instagram or wherever it was. He said what he said. He tried to say it on the radio show, but the idiot that was the moderator, and she's a blithering idiot, by the way. I hate this. I hate to assassinate someone's character, but I kind of got to go here. She's a blithering, interrupting idiot, and she said, "No, don't talk about Jeff Bezos. No. I'm surprised she didn't go to commercial, but he tried." So he says, okay, I'll do it on my own. And he doesn't care at this point. I've seen him go different places where he's doing the tell the truth model, the type of show I love. That's why I do this show. But that's the truth. Now, I'm looking online all over the place to see if Jeff Bezos has made a comment on all this. He's the center of attention now. Because a lot of people who are the non-Disney Channel, non-controlled media has put it out there. They put it out there. Hey, it's what's going on with Amazon? How come he hadn't I looked for the comments from Amazon, and all I see is he's going to buy the Washington football team. Okay. All right, now let's see does the NFL comment say, well, you can't buy this team until you take this movie down. If the movie's that bad, they should put the pressure on him. If you're that mad over one tweet, which he never commented on by Kyrie, you should be all over Jeff Bezos, right? I haven't seen anything. If he wants to buy the Redskins and Dan Snyder's going to sell them, he buys it and it goes through. And NFL's like, we don't have no problem with that movie. and the NBA is going to probably do deals with Amazon in the future. Well, we don't have a problem with him. What they're saying is we don't have a problem with him. We have a problem with Kyrie. Waiting it. But we don't have a problem with the movie staying there, and we don't have a problem with doing business with Jeff Bezos, even though that's the main person. Because if he doesn't post that and that never comes on, Kyrie never sees it, he never tweets it. But they never go after the micro. It's always the macro, which never, ever gets to solutions. And I'm going to keep waiting to see if Jeff Bezos comments or what pressure is put on him, if any. If none is, I'm going to keep, and Kyrie isn't restated, I'm going to keep pushing this on my show. I'm going to push this narrative that this is ridiculous. And I got mad. Not only do I have mad respect for the Jewish community, I am a person who studies Jewish history from the Bible, from the book of Maccabees, from the book of Jasher, from the book of Enoch. I'm a person who, and I actually talked to a Jewish person who said, well, you defended Kyrie. And I explained, and when I told him what I knew, he looked at me and smiled like, wow, okay. See that? It's called dialogue. So you have an issue with what I say, we could talk and say, this is why I believe, this is why I'm not mad at your outrage at anything anti-Semitic. I just don't like the process and the hypocrisy of the higher ups.